You have seen the posters, you have heard the news. The war is over, but have you ever thought about how that came to be? While the men fought, who ran the country? Who provided care and supplies to the men overseas fighting for our homes? So have you thought about it? No? Well, it's time to. While men were gone to Europe and Japan fighting, someone had to keep the factories running, supplying the soldiers with planes, ships, guns, and other war necessities. Working positions that once were held by men now had to be filled by women. In earlier times, it had been commonly believed that women did not have the ability to work in the technical and mechanical fields. But the war, and thus the need for factory workers, forced employers to hire women for jobs traditionally done by men. It did not take long for employers to become amazed by women's skills. They were able to work very accurately and had the patience for long, drawn-out work. Manufacturing airplanes, for example, required very long hours and lots of patience. By 1944, more than 2.5 million women were employed in the war industry. Even though women proved to be loyal to their country and as able to work as men, women were still treated badly at their workplaces. For example, they were often excluded from promotions, were paid the lowest possible wages, and their employers often refused to train them adequately. All of this because men were afraid women would take over and threaten their chances for good jobs.
A lot of women were treated especially poorly and were often given the most dangerous jobs and even lower wages. Some of them had to endure harassment and insults from men working in the factories. Besides facing all those problems at work, they were also confronted with criticism from more traditionally minded people who feared that if women continued to work with men, their womanliness would be destroyed.
There were also many opportunities for women to help the war from home. Commonly known as a housewife or homemaker, women who stayed at home were considered the backbone of the country during World War II. Being in charge of feeding and clothing one's family was difficult during the war because of the rationing and shortages of many everyday things, including sugar, meats, canned goods, leather for shoes, and fabric for clothing. "Don't you know there's a war on?" was a common response mothers gave when husbands or children complained about not having enough food. Housewives received ration books filled with different colored stamps that corresponded to different types of food. Mastering the system of these ration stamps was very difficult and tedious, but wives and mothers rose to the occasion to provide for their families. Many women planted victory gardens to help make up for the shortage of food. Numerous women wrote letters to husbands, boyfriends, brothers, fathers, uncles, cousins, and other relatives who were stationed overseas. Some writing as often as every day. These letters helped to keep the troops in good spirits and kept them fighting for their loved ones at home. A common term of the time was use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. The war is over, and our men are coming home. You have seen the posters, you have heard the news, and now you know how it came to be. The colossal role women played in fighting for our homes, our liberty, and our men. Women took on jobs thought to be only good enough for men. They worked in factories, took care of their homes and children, and while doing all that, they wrote to their men and ran the country. So the war is over, and our women are our saviors.